A cup of tea and common ground.
Right, but we're using it to look at a very specific kind of language. We're digging into the vocabulary of domestic stress.
Exactly. I think it's a fascinating angle because you don't just memorize vocabulary, you feel it. And this dialogue really captures a clash between two types.
You have the Fox character who is all about order and uses this very cold, almost clinical language.
And then you have the rabbit character, much more about flow and, the feeling of the house.
We're going to role play it.
We are. I'll take on the high-strung Fox, which feels a little too close to home for me. I do love a good spreadsheet.
And I'll be the more easygoing rabbit. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Rabbit, the bin is overflowing again. Do you have the municipal calendar? I'm worried about the sanitation situation in the backyard if we miss the truck.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I was so focused on work last night, I was completely oblivious to the trash.
It's not just the trash. I tried to compress our expenses this morning and we're over budget. There's a surcharge on the water bill too. I feel like I need to move northward just to get some clarity.
You're talking about efficiency again. Every utterance is about control. You're bullying yourself, Fox.
Yeah.
You're holding on to control like a king holding a full cup of water. You're so afraid to spill that you can't even move.
If I don't hold the cup steady, everything spills.
And let me hold the tray.
Yeah.
Look, paperwork doesn't tickle my fancy, but I can handle the recycling. You need to come out of your shell, stop being such a selfish shellfish, and let me help.
Okay, and scene. Wow, you can just feel the tension in that.
You really can. And it's almost all driven by the word choices, right?
Okay.
Did you notice how Fox describes his own home?
Oh, totally. He uses words like municipal and sanitation.
Yes, not city schedule or just keeping things clean.
So what's the effect of a word like municipal?
Well, municipal just screams bureaucracy, government rules, and sanitation is so clinical. You'd hear that at a hospital or a waste facility.
Not in your own backyard.
Exactly. He's trying to impose this rigid institutional order on his life, which is, messy.
And he does the exact same thing with money. He doesn't say save money. He says he's trying to compress the budget.
Which is such a physical, high-pressure word. You compress a spring or a file on a computer, it implies force.
And then there's the surcharge.
Right, which is just technical jargon for an extra fee. He's basically running an audit on his own life.
Meanwhile, Rabbit's defense is really interesting. She admits she was oblivious.
Which is a beautiful word for it. It's not just that she forgot. To be oblivious is to be in a state of, complete unawareness of your surroundings.
So she lives in her head while he's lost in the municipal details.
And then she calls him out. She says every utterance from him is about efficiency.
Why utterance and not just, word or thing you say?
Utterance has more weight. It makes his speech sound like a formal act, like he's issuing these proclamations.
Not just chatting.
No. She's highlighting how exhausting it must be to listen to him constantly strategizing.
And this all leads up to the big metaphors. Fox says he wants to move northward. Now, that's obviously a direction, but it felt like more than that.
So much more. In literature, north can symbolize clarity or cold logic, a kind of true north moral compass. Fox feels lost.
So he wants to go northward to find a fixed point, a place where things make sense.
Right. But Rabbit has this fantastic counter metaphor about the shellfish.
Yeah, that was a great line.
It's a play on words. A shellfish, like a clam, has this hard, protective outer shell.
To protect the soft part inside.
Exactly. And she's saying his obsession with rules, his municipal language,
Yeah.
that's just his shell.
And he's using it to bully himself.
Yes. And the source connects this to the idea of the King of Cups. Someone who has so much control over their emotions that they can't let them flow. They're holding the cup so tightly, terrified of spilling it.
That's that compressed feeling again.
It is. But the end is actually quite sweet. Rabbit offers to help, even though dealing with paperwork doesn't tickle her fancy.
A classic idiom. It just means something doesn't particularly interest or amuse you.
Right. She'll do the boring stuff to help him. It's a really good reminder of how the language we use shapes our reality. If you talk about your home like it's a municipal sanitation project,
You're going to feel like a janitor in your own life.
precisely.
Yeah.
And for you, the learner, if you ever feel like Fox trying to control every single grammar rule, terrified of making a mistake,
Terrified of spilling the cup.
yes, just remember that idea of northward. It isn't just a fixed destination. It's about movement. When you feel lost in all the vocabulary, just keep moving toward the light.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present.
Exactly.
That's a wonderful place to leave it. Thanks for deep diving with us today. We'll catch you next time.